Welcome. In this video I will show how you easily can make a thermal dissipation calculation of your panel in C Electrical. With a thermal dissipation calculation, you can determine how big the need is for internal cooling or heating of your panel. I show you how to do a thermal dissipation calculation with the PanelThermalDissipation command. I have opened C Electrical on a circuit diagram page. Equipments must be selected for all the project's components in order to make a thermal dissipation calculation. Double-click on K1. The contactor LC1D09P7 has been selected for this component. Click on the DB button to the right of the equipment designation. Data for this equipment is taken from our web catalog. The catalog contains a lot of data about the component, including the component's thermal dissipation, which we will use for the upcoming thermal dissipation calculation. In order for the thermal dissipation calculation to work, it is important that there is a value in this field for all components. The field must therefore not be blank, but the value can be 0. Click OK to close the equipment browser window and OK to close the component properties window. We must now have inserted a new circuit diagram page for the thermal dissipation calculation overview. Right-click on Circuit Diagrams IEC and click on New Page. Save the page as Page 3. Click OK. Click on File. Move the mouse to open and click on Page Template. Double-click the file PanelThermalDissipation with placing types.tdw. Mark, I want to exchange page template and delete its content. Click OK. On this page, the results of your thermal dissipation calculation are inserted. Now we have to start with the actual thermal dissipation calculation. Double-click the PanelThermalDissipation command in the Commands window. Now the window for thermal dissipation calculation appears. Click Edit to enter a name for this calculation. Name of the calculation can be PTD1. And description 1 can be Panel 1 Thermal Dissipation. Click OK. Click Next to get to the next window. Here you can see all components of the project. It is possible to set filters so that you limit which components must be included in the thermal dissipation calculation. Also check whether there is a part number and thermal dissipation on all products. Click Next to get to the next window. You must first select data for your panel. Here you can choose the physical measurements for the board, or you can retrieve data on the board from the equipment database. Click on the arrow and select the board AE1180.500 from the equipment browser. Now you need to select installation type. Click on the dots next to type of installation. Here you can choose whether the panel is freestanding, stands against a wall, whether something is placed on top of the panel, and whether the panel is placed next to other panels. Double-click on Location A. Click on the Temperature menu item. Here you can write maximum and minimum temperatures both inside the panel and outside. The panel's coefficient factor is specified in the Coefficient menu item. In the menu item Power Dissipation, you can edit the individual values for thermal dissipation. In the Busbar menu item, you can specify thermal dissipation for copper rails. If you click on the Results menu item, you can see the result of thermal dissipation calculation. It is not necessary to install a fan or cooling unit on this board, but a heater must be installed so that the temperature not get too low in the panel. Click on Finish to transfer the result to Circuit Diagram Page 3 in your project. Enjoy using the PanelThermalDissipation command in C Electrical.